I think it's working now. What's up, everyone? It's G here. Whoa, what is this? Yeah, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. Wanted to go live stream and hope everyone's having a great weekend so far. Got a few more days before the market goes live. But I wanted to cover a few stocks, basically NIO and Doku. Today, I'm really gonna focus on options. I do have possibly Trippy coming on. He's gonna maybe do a little bit of coverage on stuff he's looking at. So we have a good show today. But if you guys have any options or stocks you guys want me to watch or add or look at, just definitely put them down in the comments below. Also want to do a quick overview of the stock market in general, and then we'll also take a look at what plays we talked about this week and how they played out. And then we'll also talk about the stocks that I'm looking forward to the week ahead. So we got a lot going today. Gonna wait a little bit, see if anybody joins before we actually start breaking stuff down. And then also just waiting on Trippy to see if he's ready so he can come on and join the live stream as well. So hopefully we can get a show going. And if you guys don't mind, just gonna go ahead and quickly write some notes down because I do have some stuff I want to cover. Let's see. So I guess the first place to go would actually, let me go to my see if I can pull up the earnings this week. We have some earnings this week. I've already actually, this is not the one I want to open. We have a few earnings this week. There's not that many interesting ones, but we're going to open that up and just kind of point out the ones that I'm interested in. Let me do that for you guys really quick, and then should be ready to go. I'm going to highlight the ones I'm interested in, and we'll go from there. So nothing really important. SAIC is like a government contract one. Gitlab might be interesting. Dave & Buster's, Academy Sports, Retail. This is going to be interesting. They usually tend to move pretty violent, pretty aggressive or volatile. And then we have five below. And what was the other one I saw? Oh, NIO, of course. We got to highlight these two. So NIO and DocuSign. Usually Thursdays are the most important ones, honestly, for trading options. And then Stitch Fix, I'm not sure if I'll actually trade that one. These two are definitely on the list, and I'm kind of deciding on which retail to pick. We can play Dave & Buster's, Academy, or five below. So those will be some that I'll be interested in. Everything else is kind of like a boomer stock, so not really too interested in those. But yeah, if you guys have one of these that you guys are interested in, can definitely look at the flow. But yeah, today we're mainly going to take a look at the options side of things and try to get some plays going for the week ahead. And like I said, if you guys have some tickers you guys want me to cover, definitely put them in the comments. Or just let me know your plans for the week, whatever you guys want to. Just add it to the comments. I'm going to actually resize this for a little bit so we can better display this. I think it's usually 1300 what I run with. Okay, never mind. It's like usually 1500. Let me see. That's not what I want to do. 1500. Alright, that should be better. Let me just resize this bad boy. Alright, that's much better. Okay, so gonna wait on Trippy. I don't think he's on yet. But if there's, I guess the first one we can go over is probably NIO. That's probably the one that everyone's interested in. Let me see if we got some clout real quick. Some clout. Let me check this out. I just posted this on Twitter, so hopefully we can get some people in here and add. I guess we'll start with the chart first. So this is trading view. I am on the 1 hour time frame right now, and we kind of covered about the breakout last week. We had this descending resistance here and ascending support. We were making higher lows here, and it looks like we broke out. So the chart looks kind of bullish, to be honest. But then we'll take a look at the options flow and see which direction you guys want to play the earnings. To be honest, the main thing that I would just definitely consider is going to be China locking down and stuff. I think that's going to definitely affect their numbers. We can actually look at the deliveries, and let's see if they reported deliveries, right? So today's just going to be really like a DD live stream. So if you guys have questions and stuff, definitely put them in the comments. These are the April updates. I think let me say no to that. But yeah, very heavily. And the homie wants to do Lucid. Okay, we can, since we have plenty of time to cover NIO, let's go ahead and just switch over to Lucid so we can help out the homie real quick. So I am bullish on the chart. The chart looks bullish. We're above the monthly here, but we'll still need to look at the deliveries and still need to look at the options flow. By the way, the options flow, we're using Unusual Whales. I'm a partner with them, and I'm gonna just quickly plug in the referral code if you guys want to save 5% on the platform, and highly recommend it if you're trading options. I think you'll definitely benefit from them. Now let me just see if I can find the link for you guys, but 1 second. And also plug in a Discord, and you guys can join that for free. It's a free Discord. Let me find the link for you guys. So I'm gonna pin that up at the top. Unusual Whales, 5% off. Yeah. Okay, and I'm gonna pin that at the top for you guys, and then I'll plug in the Discord as well, so you guys can join that if you like. It's free, and it's not really active right now, but I think just because a lot of people are stepping away from the market and stuff. Let me just plug that in. You gotta do the usual DD plug-in stuff in. And now let's hop over to Lucid. So people want to know about Lucid. Well, one of the homies wants to know about Lucid. So we were talking about what we're talking about here. It's also doing the higher lows here, but it looks like it got rejected. So I might be a little bearish, to be honest, because usually $20 is going to be that psychological resistance, and it looks like it wasn't able to break through. So this purple, or this magenta color line, is our monthly level. That's where we opened up for May, or for June, I'm sorry. And we couldn't get above it. So technically we would have to be bearish. I would definitely see a retouch maybe of $18, closer to that, at least in the short term. But it's pretty crazy, incredible how it's actually held its resistance, or just the price in general. We can also take a look at the options flow to see what the flow is telling us. What else can we look at here? It does, if you actually take a look at it though, it does look like it's an ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern. So not all hope is lost. You can see this is kind of an ascending triangle. And if it can actually hold this ascending support here, right, and we have the resistance here, then this would actually break out to the upside, and we could come back up to $25, about $25, which would be bullish, right? So this is actually just a triangle, ascending triangle. I can pull that up for you guys. Ascending triangle pattern. You guys give me an idea if this looks like it or not. So take a look at this here. This is an ascending triangle pattern, and that's what basically it looks like. And it's a bullish pattern. It's resistance here where you can't break above it. You kind of consolidate a little bit and then eventually break out. So main things to watch on this pattern is this ascending support, and then look for the breakout there. So what do you guys think about that? So that looks pretty similar, am I right? So it's still a bullish pattern, but then again, I would also take a look at the market, see how the market's performing. And I believe Lucid would be more of a tech company, so we would have to pull up like the Nasdaq. And honestly, we can just take a look at the overall market as well. We can look at SPY and QQQ. And actually, Trippy's still not online, so that's fine. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna see if I can do something really quick on this side. But I'm also gonna quickly do a poll. I want to know what you guys are thinking for the Monday. Are we gonna be green or red? I'm gonna make a poll. Just want to get your guys' opinion. I can add that, so we can actually have a green day, or we can have a red day. And actually, I'm gonna add a third option. Well, not really a third option, but it's either red or green, honestly. But I was gonna say sideways, but I won't include that one. And I'm just gonna go ahead and post this one. Actually, just go ahead and post that. The Eternal Traveler. What's going on, man? Sending love, bliss, and sorry, this actually my poll got in the way now. See if I can read your comment. Okay. Sending love, bliss, luck, freedom, and support. Thank you so much, Traveler. Appreciate you doing that for us and sending you guys the same vibes that way as well. So I'm gonna take a look at the Nasdaq, the QQQ here. Let's actually take a look at the Nasdaq first. And these are the futures. We'll just go to the regular Nasdaq 100. Where's it at? I just reorganized this. Oh, here we are. We're at the top. Okay, so this is the Nasdaq 100, and we have this nice support right here that what's it called, like 1250, I would say. And we're really, I guess, struggling to break under, so that's bullish actually, since we haven't actually fully broke down. Like every time we break down, it gets popped back up. So this is definitely a key level to watch. What's it called? 12.5, I would say, around here. And then another key level to watch is going to be this breakout here from the local high. And I'm going to go ahead and mark that as well. It's right here where the monthly level is. So like 12.9, I believe, about 12.9. So kind of really trading in this range. I don't know if you guys see that. So we broke out, but now we are kind of isolating here. So we're in between that 12.9 and that 12.550. And so looking for a breakdown to this side, or we could look for a breakup to the upside. Those are two things to watch for. That's going to be the tech Nasdaq 100. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and we can take a look at the options flow for Lucid. I think the homie wanted to talk about Lucid. So let's look at that. And the Eternal Traveler, if you have any stocks you guys want me to look at, we can definitely take a look at those as well. So right now what I have here, Unusual Wealth platform, like I said, I put that thing at the top, the link, if you guys want 5% off of this. But I applied one of my filters one of my custom filters that I made. And this is going to be for Lucid, 45K premium, and everything else that I modified is going to be no indexes. We have 64 days till expiration, so kind of in the shorter term. And then I only want to include the out the money and exclude any deep in the money. So we want to really anticipate moves that are going to the upside or going to the downside. And since we did 64 days, we're definitely looking at the shorter term moves. So we got Lucid pulled up here. We don't have many huge orders above 45K, so maybe we need to chop that down to 25K. And actually this is kind of bullish if you take a look. So it's kind of backing up some of that thesis where we could break to the upside. A lot of the flow coming in at least 25K or above for Friday was actually bullish because they are selling these $16 puts. So now we're going to take a look at the open interest to see how that is. And so previously to Friday, we only had about 500, 600 contracts available. And now they had a trading volume of about 8K. So that's a pretty huge ratio. I would say it's what, 1 to 16, 1 to 16 ratio increase, or 16 to 1. Is that right? I believe so. So anyway, they're selling the puts for 16. These are actually, the volume is greater than the open interest, which is basically what I was just saying. And there's very little. Let's just go ahead and expand that chain, to be honest. And we'll go ahead and take a look. So very heavy call volume. Most of the put volume most of the premium is on the put side. So that doesn't make sense, to be honest. Usually it's kind of pretty linear or sideways, or pretty one side. Let's go ahead and filter this out by size. We're gonna do 50 just to get an idea. Okay, so a lot of the sweeps being majority of the larger positions are actually being sold. So a lot of sold puts here. So this is actually something I'm gonna keep an eye out on. We have just gonna see a bigger order to track. The 62K one here is pretty good. We also have these sweeps at 58. So yeah, this one's actually a pretty interesting flow to follow. We have a lot of puts that are being sold. Obviously the ratio for the bullish side is a lot heavier than the bearish side. So let me check really quick. I'm gonna switch over to this. I need to have this on the side. Just have my notifications on here. But anyway, this is actually leaning bullish for Lucid. So maybe they have some news coming up. Does anybody know if they have news coming up? Or any catalysts, any timeline things ahead? I think if it breaks above what 2020, no pun intended there, but 2020, then things could definitely start running up to about at least $24. I would probably start taking profits around these levels, like 24.20, 24.40, and 25, somewhere in between this. I'd probably take profits here, just in case. You never really know, honestly. But this does look bullish. I might need to follow up on this later. So I do appreciate the homie who actually posted that in here. So let me go ahead and write that down. Lucid, definitely going to add that to the list. And I guess we can take a look at some of the earnings. The earnings for NIO, it's going to be on Thursday. So we have some time to get our position started, opened. And the implied move as of right now is 9.7%. So we're going to shift over back to NIO just to get you guys some coverage on that. And then we'll take a look at some of the other stocks that I'm interested in. And if you guys have any that you want me to cover, definitely put it in the comments below. Just quickly making sure that my audio is working and everything. What am I looking at now? I forgot. Oh, we have NIO here. Oh yeah, we're going to take a look at the NIO deliveries. Let me shift back over to that. So for April, I'm not sure if the May ones are out. I don't think the May numbers are out yet. Okay, so NIO delivered 5,000 vehicles in April. They've delivered 30K, or about 31K so far in 2022. Just 13% increase. I'm going to zoom in for you guys as well. Cumulative delivery of vehicles has reached almost 200K vehicles since they've started doing this. As of April 30, reached 130. Yeah, we've got that. Let's just see what the lockdowns, how did they impact the delivery numbers. So late April and March, delivery has been impacted by supply volatilities and other constraints caused by a new wave of outbreaks. So the deliveries have been recovering gradually. Nothing really important, just the supply chain partners. They're just continuing to work with them to see if they can get meet those numbers for their earnings. For April 29th, the first batch. Okay, so this is a bullish catalyst here. The first ET5 started rolling off the assembly lines. But I guess the company expects to deliver this till September 2022. Okay, so I guess they're not getting those deliveries just yet. And in April, the company joined hands. A clean, low carbon energy circulation system. Okay, so didn't really give us an update on the deliveries, but I definitely do want to note that the outbreaks in China are going to affect those delivery numbers. So that is one reason that I'm actually leaning to the bear side for NIO. So let's go ahead and shift back over to the chart. So this one looks really similar to the Lucid, right? To the Lucid chart. But this one got rejected at the monthly level. But we can still watch this ascending support. If it can get back up above inside that, then it can definitely be a bullish uptrend. But for NIO, it actually did the opposite. It actually already broke out. So this is actually bullish for it as far as the chart pattern. You can see it's above our monthly level here around 1760, about 1780. Anything above 18 is actually bullish if it can hold these levels. So this is actually, let me just rephrase that, that's in the 1 hour chart. And I've actually already added a support here, which is actually a little bit above 18. So we're right underneath that resistance, about 1820. The resistance, but it's still bullish as long as we hold this major level here above $18. How are you guys going to be playing NIO this week, though? Are you guys looking to play it to the upside or to the downside? And still kind of waiting on Trippy to get some DD from him. I might need to NIO and DocuSign are the big ones that we want to cover. But no, I think we're good there. Let's actually hop back over to unusual whales and take a look at the NIO flow. We didn't really cover all of the lucid flow though. Should we finish the lucid flow here? I think it would be interesting to just take a look at the NIO flow. Let me quickly look at, or the lucid flow, I'm sorry, I'm getting things confused with you guys. Let's just finish that NIO flow. Obviously, we were saying there's some bullish activity as they're selling a lot of those calls. I can definitely show you guys those again. It's the $16 puts for July 17. So that's about a month out. Got plenty of time. They're collecting about $1.32 per contract. So this is actually bullish flow since they don't expect some downside. It's trading at $18 right now, and they're selling the $16 puts. So maybe that's telling us something about the overall market as well. Maybe they can see some upside going into July. But let's take a look at the Intratrade analysis page. This is actually my favorite page to look at. It's got the most information in my opinion. This is something that I'm still learning to understand. It's the COPE. But essentially, simply what they've told me is as the COPE goes up, that's telling us that there's bullish premium going in. And I guess as it goes down, there's bearish premium. But this is from day to day, I believe. So like today or on Friday, there wasn't really much like price action as far as the COPE goes. It was pretty sideways. But yet, I think the stock price, we're going to go back to the stock price. Oh, the stock price came down. So that's interesting, right? So the stock price was coming down, but the premium on it didn't really come down. So let me just show you guys. We're going to shift back to the intratrade analysis. So I would actually expect like the COPE to follow the price action, or the price. As the price came down, I would expect the COPE to come down. Oh shoot, Tribby just joined the live stream. Are you the one that's watching it on the big screen or what? Is that you? Not yet. Oh wait, 1 second. Let me stop my music so I can get you live. Alright guys, so I just got Trippy that joined the Discord. What's up, Trippy?
Yeah, what up, guys? I am here to report that Evergrande has officially defaulted.
What do you guys say? Breaking news, though.
Breaking news: Evergrande has officially defaulted, confirmed by Citibank.
Can you that's bearish then for the stock market?
It's bearish for everything.
I didn't know that.
Ready? I got the DD.
First, yeah, go ahead and plug that up.
First at the GGG Discord.
Yes, sir. Can you send that over? Or did that just come out on Twitter too? Did it just? I'm pretty sure it just came out on the Twitter.
Oh, really?
No, I'm asking. Did it come out on Twitter or what?
My close sources told me. I'm sending the right now.
Yeah, can you plug it in the GGG Discord real quick? 1 second, guys. We got breaking news. Can you repeat that for the people in the back?
Like and subscribe. We are here we're bringing the truth, man.
Yes, sir. And we were talking about the Bitcoin rally before the Bitcoin rally. You know what I'm saying? The second one. Hey, do me a favor and put it on the big screen though, so we can get the volume up. You feel me? Just put it on mute or something. If you can, that way we can get the numbers rolling. It's undervalued channel. Don't you think it's an undervalued channel or not? Underappreciated channel. What was I looking at? DocuSign? Yes, sir. I was looking at some Citigroup. Just look at Citibank Group.
If you can.
Evergrande. Whoa. Hey, chill. Hey, you gotta put that on mute. You gotta put it on mute, G. Evergrande. Let me just put Evergrande. They just got the Are you sure it's breaking news? My man dipped. Breaking news, G. Evergrande. Let's just type in Evergrande. I don't see anything on breaking news for Evergrande. Maybe your sources are way ahead of it. And
They don't want to. They don't want to make it worldwide news, bro, because then it would make everything go crazy.
You think so? We
Oh
know
yeah,
China's economy is crumbling. We know that. I mean, that's why they locked down, right?
dude, that would make even China have to default and shit. You know?
You think so? I haven't
Yeah.
seen the DD in the Discord though. Oh wait, there it is. Let me pull that up. Reddit. Oh, this is Reddit DD. That's the best. That's the best kind of DD. Come on now. We did it, guys. Evergrande is now officially in default according to the paying agent Citibank.
We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich.
Where's the source though? Oh, he's plugging it in right there.
Citibank.
Okay. Where's this at though? Dr. Marco, 21K followers. Is he legit?
Yeah, he be posting shit on LinkedIn.
Citigroup, Citibank, Evergrande. I gotta confirm this with some other sources, bro.
No, go to Twitter.
Twitter? Alright. I got it there. Evergrande. Can I source it by this? Evergrande? This just came out. Breaking news. Investor Terp? Oh shoot. People are actually covering this? Evergrande has been on live support for 8 months. Is it any coincidence the plug is pulled 4 days after? Oh shoot. So what's going on here? I'm not buy Evergrande, enjoy your bankruptcy.
We're about to be fucking rich.
You think so?
Who holds a lot of money in Evergrande?
Inputs. Evergrande is now officially in default as Citi has recognized them as in full default due to
BlackRock and Vanguard are screwed. Everybody's screwed.
Dr. Burry. So what? Everybody's plugging this up right now. Okay, just throwing this out for discussion. Have already lost 90%. So this guy here, Tony Denaro, he says he doesn't expect any more major action. Many institutions, banks have already exited their position completely. What do you got to say to that, man?
Cookies about to crumble.
Who's Cook?
The cookie.
Oh, the cookie. Where did you find that source? Evergrande narrative returns again. Some of these people. How did this guy confirm it though? I need like a source.
I got it on LinkedIn. From the guy who said it.
Yeah, this guy here.
Yeah.
But how does he know? We did it, guys. Evergrande now officially
reliable source for news.
Is that how you feeling right now, Trippy?
Feeling bullish about my calls. I'm down like 57% on my calls.
Oh, you were up, weren't you?
I was up.
You should have took profits.
I was up $1,400 on my call.
You should have took it, bro. You be clowning though.
Everybody told me.
Huh?
Well, that's what everyone told me.
Yeah,
Chad,
you should have sold them, and then you should have got more for further out. You know what I'm saying? Just like flip them. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. So Evergrande.
Like Mojo?
Yeah, yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna speak on that. Cause then it says that I'm not gonna speak on that. Latest. I just want a source to it. The article. Is it too much to ask for that? Evergrande, Citibank. This is from January 3rd. They've been real quiet on it, I guess. 1 day ratings, Fitch withdrawals ratings on Evergrande in subsidiaries. They have in default, bro. You lying?
What?
I don't know, man. You lying? I think.
Bruh, I got the DD. Hold up.
I need like a Source King. Come on, Junior. Anyway, let's shift back. Do you have any other Evergrande, DD, or you gonna just work on it in the background? Try to get some solid DD. I mean, definitely keep it on the watch. And that could actually affect the futures going into Sunday. Sheesh. So my calls are done then.
I'll let you know right now.
I guess I'm trying to be denial because I got tons of calls going into Monday. So my positions might be GG'd. Damn. That's crazy though. If it is true, that wouldn't be bullish for the market, bro. That'd be bearish. Because then China would just be spreading more fear, man. Honestly. We're gonna shift back over to the Lucid just to get an idea. So I'm gonna screenshot this real quick, the most active chains, since some of these actually expired already. Just want to cross out some that don't matter anymore. So let's cross out the ones that don't matter. That's going to be this one, 6.3. Those are expired. 6.3 expired. 6.3 expired. Oops. Right there, expired. Most of these are actually expired. They did close bullish though, so that's good. So some of these expired bullish. 21 expired worthless. Damn. The Lucid calls are mainly bullish. I would say these, the 23s for next week actually, 610. They are currently about 17 cents a pop, and a lot of volume came in into Friday. So I might expand further into that one. The 715 puts, and we kind of talked about those. Most of those orders were bullish. It doesn't really show that here yet, so that'll be something we follow up on Monday as well. And then the rest of these don't matter because these are 6.3s as well. So the only ones that are out there right now is the 23s for 610, the puts for 17 of July. So that's got plenty of time, but if you're looking for some shorter term, definitely take a look at the 23s for June 10th. And then actually the 22s as well. So the 22s and the 23s for next week for Lucid are definitely interesting. So I'm going to follow up on those Monday and just probably add those to the watch list, to be honest. For next week, we also have more calls, but these are actually on the put side. So next week might be a big week for Lucid. Just depending on how the market behaves, we could be to the upside or to the downside. And this one's not really important. The $20 put, it looks like it's neutral, if that's right. But most of this activity looks bullish. We got mostly bullish on the 23s, kind of in the middle for the puts, mostly bullish for the 22s. And then as you go down, there's less volume on these, so these are less significant, I would say. These are bearish, and then these are bullish. So I would definitely look at the 22s, 23s, and the July ones are longer dated. But those are kind of in the middle. That'd be interesting to watch. I'm going to go ahead and add this one to my watch list and also the 22s to my watch list. Just to have those bad boys there so I can take a look at them in the morning. But it does actually look like most of this activity was selling activity. So what we're going to do is we're going to filter this by size again. You can see these calls are all sweeps right here. Just 3K, 3K, about 2K, 1K. Not a lot of like huge premium, but let's actually size it up a little bit more. And yeah, that gives us a better view of the bigger premium. So about 2K all the way down. So about, I would say like about, so that's what, 8, so about 16, about 25K on Lucid calls for next week. Just gonna go ahead and slap these to the watch list as well. What's really backing up the bullish thesis though is that they're selling those calls for July. But I'm gonna definitely watch this one on Monday, actually, the 23s for next week. And then we're gonna do the same thing here for the 22s. We might need to do this for 100 as well. Let's just go ahead and populate that there. So the calls for the 22 strike, most of them sweeps bullish as well. So I'm definitely going to watch these as well. Let me go ahead and slap the heart on there and we'll take a look at these. So we're just going to see how much of that OI and that volume gets affected going into Monday. So that's for the 22s for June 10th and then the 23s for June 10th as well. We're going to check out that volume, huge volume. Hopefully some of that gets carried over going into Monday. So those are two interesting ones. Lucid 2022s. The 2022s, or I'm sorry, the 22s and the 22s and the 23s, and also that $16 puts. So 3 chains that I'm looking at, and then based off of the chart, it does confirm a upsending triangle here, right? So if we can get back up into like the $19 range, then I would definitely expect a breakout if we cross that $20 price range. So that's going to be Lucid, and I'll try to write up a tweet later, hopefully, and get that pushed out into some of the people that follow me here, and they can get it better, at least add it to their watch list. So, Trippy's gone right now. And if you have any tickers, again, just definitely put them out in the comments, and we'll take a look at them in just a second. So that's the first one. Second one I want to take a look at is NIO. We were kind of in the middle of that, and again, this one also has that ascending triangle, so sorry if I repeated this already, but this one in this case though did already break out the ascending triangle. So now we're just really looking for it to confirm and hold above $18 like I said, but also kind of doing the ascending triangle thing. So we may get one more retouch here of 1670 and then eventually hopefully break out to $20. So initially, that's what I'm looking at there. This is on the 1 hour chart frame. And the good thing on this is also the OBV does seem to be ascending as well with it. So there is volume coming in as well. And let's see, I think that's about it on that. Now we're going to shift over to the options flow for NIO, just get a better idea. Oh, and before we shift over, let's just take a look at the Lucid. The COPE, like I said, the price was going up. But the premium was, no, the price was going down. I'm sorry. The price was going down on Friday, but the COPE really didn't change much. So that might be like a divergence there. And that might be bullish. So definitely note the COPE as well. That's something I'm learning still. So don't really take everything I say on that one. But NIO, we're going to take a look. Let's first go to just the general flow. And like I said, the link to this platform's up at the top. Can get 5% off, but I'm gonna just go into my custom filter here, triple G here. Got premium 25k and short-term expirations. So like I was saying, NIO, I'm actually bearish because of the deliveries, the China lockdowns and everything. So I am leaning bearish for earnings. Plus it's gonna be really hard to get really good guidance with supply chains. So they really have to like smash earnings for them to go to the upside to $20. So honestly, I'm leaning to the downside, and some of the flow does look like it's bearish. They're buying a lot of puts for $15. So this will definitely be interesting, and that actually matches the ascending triangle. So like I just said earlier, we are seeing if we can hold this $18. If not, we might have one more leg down. So we could do this here. And then if we break under here, then I would expect us to retouch this $16, like $16.50 around this region here, which could match the earnings as well. So I think that's gonna be initially what I see there. And then the most active chains for this one, let's go back to the flow actually. So we're gonna cut down. Let's just take a look first. So 17.5 puts. They're also doing $18 puts. And these are all bearish. Let's take a look at the volume versus open interest. So the open interest has been pretty stacked for a while actually. It's kind of stayed in between 9K and 8K. Today had about 1.1 volume, well on Friday. So that'll be one to look at going into Monday. this is gonna be 2 weeks out, so we got 13 days. And then we also have the 610s. I think that's going to be where most of the volume is, to be honest, since earnings is this week. And it looks like it's the $18 puts that people are loading up on. We got 45K order, 31K order. Some people are buying the $18 calls. But majority, the 15s and the 18s are interesting. Let's take a look at the 18, or the 15s, I'm sorry. Take a look. So these are increasing in open interest here. We started around 400, kind of 700, played around the 1800 or 800, and now we're at 1800. And this was actually recently, so that's the puts that people bought on a green day, because this was Thursday was a green day and people were buying puts. So definitely note that there. And on Friday we were down 4%, so those puts are probably up. They bought them yesterday, which would be June 2nd. Is that right? Yeah. So they bought them somewhere around June 2nd near the high. So those puts are probably up now, but it doesn't look like they've closed those puts, so that can also tell us there's more downside. Let me go back to that. Not this one, we already closed that out. This one, so the 15s are actually very interesting. I'm going to hold on to those. And I guess we could watch the 18s as well, just to see how those perform. And the 17s are interesting, but let me just... I guess the most interesting part for this is that there's already high open interest there. So we'll just see if more open interest goes into those. So I'm going to actually watch those as well. But now I want to go shift over to the chain for it, for the active chain, and just kind of match, see which ones are being looked at the most. So these are mostly all expired. These are basically worthless now. The 610s are bearish. The 610s for 19. So let's just actually do this again with it. The homie Trippy disappeared, so I'm gonna put that on mute. I'm gonna plug in, one second, I'm gonna open this in image viewer here. And the homie dipped, so let me play some music now. Spotify, baby. I think he probably went to go get food or something. That man stays hungry. Alright, so now I'm back. Sorry, guys. So all of these are expired, so we don't really care about them. And then we got the 610s here that are actually the ones that we're going to really take a look at. And then these are actually the only ones that are of interest, honestly. Everything else, 6.3s, these are not going to be available come Monday. Just looking at this, it's pretty down the middle, to be honest. The 610s, the 610s are a little slightly more bearish, and then everything else is down the middle. And then these are kind of down the middle. So this one's actually inclining a little bit more downside, I would say. But it's going to really depend on how this volume carries over with the open interest. This one will probably be the most active ticker going into Monday. So let's just, those are the ones that we're actually watching, right? The 610, the 6.3s. No, I'm sorry, not the 6.3s. The 610, $18 puts. That's going to be these right here. And we've already added some of the orders to our watch list, so we can, oh, look at this, buying puts, heavy puts. Let's just go ahead and size this up by 100 size, just to get the big orders out. Here we go. $18 put for 610. They're also selling the $18 for 610. 6 to 3. I don't have these on the list, actually. We're going to add those to the list. Which ones are the ones that I have on the list? Let me take a look quickly. See which ones we have for NIO. Filter this out really quick so we can see which ones we're watching on NIO right now. So we got the 18s for 610, the 17s and the halves for a week out, and then, okay. Also, we do have the 18s plugged up. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I think the 18s are going to be definitely the hottest ones to watch. Now I kind of want to shift back over to the COPE and see if we can get an idea of what's going on here. So Friday, the stock price really stayed sideways, did it? Or did it go down? It says it's down 4%. But for some reason, the COPE says it's sideways. So 17, kind of 18, 18, 18, 14. Let me go to a shorter time frame. So mainly sideways, I would say. This was yesterday, then yeah, so pretty sideways. Even though it's down 4%, it really didn't move that much as far as price action for the day. It definitely gapped down, or not gapped down, but from yesterday's close, it definitely did come down 4%, but the price action for the day really stayed sideways. Some of the premium, even though it stayed sideways, some of the premium, more bearish premium came in, and then towards the end, it looks like more COPE started going back up. So this one's gonna be a little bit harder, but again, I'm still gonna lean to the downside just because of those lockdowns. I think that's gonna definitely affect the earnings and their outlook. And you can actually see most of the premium is for this week coming up. That's 2 million in puts. Pretty down the middle, honestly, slightly more bearish. And then for 617, these are probably the two most active timelines. But slightly more bearish. So definitely a little bit more bearish, definitely a bit more bearish. And that's kind of really backing up my bearish thesis. So this is minimum premium 30K or above. And the 610s were bullish, which indicated that run up to the end of the week. And then everything's going to be more bearish for the next 2 weeks, it looks like. So yeah, I'm going to definitely play NIO to the downside. Now we just need to find some contracts that I think will be nice to look at. Well, actually, let's first take a look at the IV Crush, because the IV Crush is important to me, at least. I want to make sure I play the correct option strategy. We're going to go to earnings, implied moves. And then we got 9% predicted move, 9.7 predicted move. IV Crush is low, which is great, so we can just straight up get some calls or puts, however you guys want to play this earnings. IV Crush, very low IV Crush, so that's good for the options premium. So next thing to do would be looking at the options chain, I would say. Let's take a look at the options chain. And we'll probably best look at it through here. Let me see. I'm going to try to get flow levels. Okay, so let me do that there. And this is going to be the flow chain breakdown. And we got the 610s and the 617s. I'm probably going to go into the 617s. I'd be more interested in those. And the most activities on those 17s and a half. And very more bullish. I mean bearish, I'm sorry. They're only $1, about $1. So I might get one or a few of those. And yeah, I think these might be the play, to be honest. The 17s and a halves. 17 and a half puts. And low IV Crush. Low IV Crush, that's also something to note, which is good for playing just straight up options. And we could also, I mean, we could maybe even look at the 16s, because there seems to be a lot of premium or volume on those 14s. That I think is a YOLO bet there. But I do like it that you have an additional week. So I'm going to be looking at the 15s. Well, not the 15s. Probably the 16s, to be honest. Where's the 16s? No, they don't have that much volume, but they do have a lot of open interest. And these have a lot of open interest, too. Which ones would you guys be interested in looking at? Obviously, the further you go down, the cheaper they are, but the less likely that you can make money based off of the move, unless it's a huge move. Right now we're at 18, so right here, And let's take a look at the implied move. Actually, the implied move was 9.7, and I actually already did it. We're like at 1808 right now, and we're gonna multiply that. Well, let's do 1 minus 0.097. So that times 1808, 1630. So about 1630. That's gonna be expected to move around $16.50, $16. Well, I might be interested in those 16s actually for next week for 617. I'll be looking at the $16 puts. Yes, sir. $16 puts. I think that's going to be the play for us. And we'll definitely get one more week so there can be some more downside. Yep. Alright, so we got NIO out the way. What else do we need to look at? Don't think there's many requests on. If you guys have any ticker requests, definitely put them in the comments. But we basically figured out NIO. I'm gonna end up doing it to the downside, and we'll probably do the $16 puts for 617. So I'm just gonna add those to the watch list, and then I'll kind of figure out which ones I'm gonna do, just depending on the market. So just quick recap: we have Lucid and we have NIO done so far. Next one that I'd be interested in is going to be Doku. That one actually does some pretty big moves for earnings. That's the only reason I'm interested in it, because it could provide a great opportunity. I'm going to clear the chart real quick. Well, let's just see what we got in here so far. So this is, we've been trading this one for a while actually. We've got some price movements here, some expected stuff. But this is from previous earnings, and then we still have that gap up there, which is insane. So I might just clear some of this out of the way, to be honest. We can rechart this in a bit. The chart doesn't look terrible. I still think it probably needs to get back up to this level around $100 for it to really try to fill this gap up here. Right now, I think underneath 100 is still kind of bearish. But let me just redo some of these lines just so we can get a better idea. Where would it go? I think it would go here, wouldn't it? I think it still goes there actually. So let me just plug that up real quick, and then we're going to do that support right there. So 108 looks like it's a resistance there. And then we still have this down here, which I'm going to actually get rid of, because that's like an old gap that already got filled. We have a gap down here and it got filled. Let's actually add that descending resistance that we had also. So it looks like it's trying to break out of the descending resistance. We're going to see if we can get some support down here. So anything underneath really $72, you could definitely start playing it to the downside. I could also watch 65, but yeah, from there you can definitely get a nice swing there. What's going on, everybody? So this is Doku right now. We're taking a look at that. If you guys have any questions or have any tickers, put them in the list in the comments. Put them in a coffin. Are you guys going to play Doku to the upside? I'm going to quickly look at their IV crush first, and then we're going to look at their implied move. We're going to look at the options flow as well, just so we can get ready for next week. So Doku has a huge IV crush of 26%. So definitely don't want to do straight up options. You might want to do like a spread or a debit spread or a credit spread, whichever direction you guys want to play it. Let's look at the implied move for Doku. This is, again, unusual whales. I put the link at the top. Doku is going to move about 15% from where it's at. That's going to be on Thursday. So Thursday, Doku, $83. And how much did we say it's moving? It's 15.2. Okay, so we're going to do 1 minus 0.152. So 84% to the downside. Times, what did I say the price was? 83, 73, 78. So it can come down to 71, which actually matches our resistance or support down here. Where is down here? Like 72, close to 72. So that's some level of support where it could come down to. Now let's look at the the upside. So it would be 1.152 times 83.78. So up to $96 to the upside. So that's we can slap that back up there. 96, kind of to where this consolidation level is. This range here, right here. And actually, there had some previous history here as well. So those are the two levels to watch. I'm gonna do these in a different color just so we can keep track of them. What color should we use for earnings? And if you guys don't mind, do me a favor and just hit the like button for me so we can get more people or this live stream out to other people, and we can yeah, get more eyes on these stocks. But let's actually now hop over to the options flow. So we just covered NIO. I'm gonna close some of this stuff honestly so we can go look at the actual flow for this. So I'm going to use my custom filter here, just the triple G special there. And we're going to pull up a Doku and get an idea of what to expect for earnings for Doku. Right off the back, you can see there's heavy put volume, heavy put premium, at least for Friday. There's like this order here that's pretty big. Well, 45K, it's not huge. On average, it looks like it gets about 50K, like the bigger volumes, 50K to 100K. Orders, but this one came in around lunchtime, 12:21. It's a buy to open, and it is for 265 contracts for 67 puts for this coming week. So that's going to be the earnings week. Okay, and the bid to ask ratio is 174 to 179. They basically slapped the ask on these. So let's actually take a look at the volume history. So you really no history on these. It's like zero, like baby volume. Honestly, it did start picking up early June. They started picking up opening these contracts early June. So these might carry over, and we'll have like around 400 contracts open going into Monday if all that volume basically carries over. And then the other one, they're selling put or selling calls, I'm sorry, so that's also bearish. We got another 67. And this is actually a spread, so let's see what the spread is here. So they're buying 85, selling 85, so not exactly sure what that means. They're selling calls on the shorter term, 617, and they're buying calls on the longer term, 624. Let's just use the options calculator from Unusual Whales and see what their risk to reward is. See what it's got here. So their max loss is 4.5k, max profit 4.5k. So not really a spread. It's just, I guess they're playing both sides, expecting a big move. Let's look at this one too. Is this the same one? Yeah, it's the same one. Okay. What we're gonna do now is just go to the actual Intratrade analysis page. This is my favorite page, and we're gonna pull up the Doku overview page. I'm gonna go look at the COPE and just get an idea of what's going on. Call to put volume. There's definitely more call volume. The COPE didn't really do much, kind of stagnant, and I'm still learning this, so I don't really know how to use it on some of my strategies still. What is this? Bullish, neutral. So these actually already expired. They expired worthless actually also. So this was a bullish one that came in. So those don't really matter. I wouldn't really consider these important. The 85 puts for a week out. The 6.3s don't matter. Let me go ahead and mark stuff that does matter. I'm gonna pull this up right quick so we can mark these up. So the ones that are important, 6, 7, nothing there. These two I would consider looking at. 6.3s don't matter because they're expired. 6.10s. I guess these matter. So 55s, I think these are probably exaggerations, so I would just cross those out. Let's just cross those out. They don't matter because I don't think it would come down to 55. You guys think Doku would come down to 55? That would be, how much would that be if it came down to 55? be $28 from 83. That would be a 33% drop. I don't know if it would come down 33%. Historically, let's just shift over and see what the biggest drop on this thing was. That was probably this gap fill down here. Let's see historically what did this do. It was a, oh shoot, 33%. So maybe that's still in the books. So I'm not gonna completely cross those out. At least for me, I am gonna cross those out. Well, no, I'll leave them on just in case. These are basically the active chains or tickers going into earnings from Friday. So this is the stuff people's looking at. And the 67.5s are bullish, so it looks like they're selling these puts, or they're buying these puts. And then they're selling the 50s. So this could be a debit spread. This could be a debit spread, which would be a bearish pattern or a bearish option strategy. Let's just go ahead and open those and see what we got there. That is the 67s. That's these bad boys. And then the 50s as well. They have about the same volume. That's why I was thinking there could be a spread. Nah, G, it's not. Where's the spreads at? Let's look at some spreads. 55s and 50s. I mean, they're still spreads, but they're not the spreads I thought they were. So they're selling 55s and 50s. These are $50. The 50s are mainly bearish. Let's just size this up. Let's go to 50 size. It's really down the middle. You got some orders that are bearish. You got some orders that are bullish. They're selling and they're buying the puts, and these are spreads. They're selling everything. They're selling. Yeah, I think honestly, I think the 50s and the 55s are just gonna be just premium, free premium, because I don't think it'll come down to 50. So let's actually just mark that out. We don't really care about the 50s. That would be like an exaggeration. I think so. And that basically is the same spreads that we saw here. The volume that came in for the 55s correlates with the 50s here. Remember, they're selling the 50s here, and they're selling the 55s, the 610s. Is that right? Yeah. So they're selling the 55s and they're selling the 50s, but I think they're just collecting premium here. Let's just take a look at that. They're just basically collecting. How much premium are they collecting here? Oh, what? They're selling max loss 6K for max profit of 5.5. Alright, this is confusing to me. They got 5.5 in credit, but their max loss is 761K. But they're selling puts. Wouldn't they be collecting more premium on that? That's weird, isn't it? I'm gonna have to look that up. But from my understanding, I thought they would be collecting much more than that. I don't understand why their risk is so high. The risk is so high. It's from 55 to 50. That's weird. I still think they're just selling premium there, just collecting premium. So we're gonna look at the 67s. The 50s I don't care about. That'd be an exaggeration. The 67s are still a pretty big move from 83. I think that's more realistic, to be honest. We're gonna size this up, go to 50, just get a bigger idea. They're bullish, they're selling puts. 600, not huge volume, 900 still. Let's see if we can find some spreads, just to get some spread ideas. They might beat, you never know, they might beat, because they've already beat, they're pretty beat down already. Maybe we should look at the upside. Let's look at the chart again, let's get an idea. So on the chart, it looks like it's breaking back out. and it found a nice bottom here at 72. This one might be a play to the upside now that we're just looking at the flow. Because if we pull this back up, the only really options that matter now are the puts. And I think those are they're collecting premium on those. And then the 67s, those are bullish. Because these are way out of like $50. Realistically, I would think they're just collecting premium. The 67s are bullish, so they don't expect it to even go to 67. And then 610s, oh, these are bearish too. So the 120s I don't think are realistic either. I think, like we said, the implied move is from 83 to 96 or 83 to 72, 71. So 120s is like a 40% move. So really exaggerated. They're just selling premium there, right? It's calls, but they're selling them, so they're bearish. And then 55s, as I said, are out the book. I think I'm honestly leaning to the bullish side now. So 95s are bullish and the 67s are bullish, both inclining and upside, right? And then I guess longer term they're bearish, and 67s, I think they're basically the same thing here, but as you go down it's less volume, so these chains become less significant too. Sure. All right, I'm gonna play Doku to the upside, but I'm gonna do a spread like I said, because got a huge IV crush. It's got 26% IV crush. Yeah. Okay. But again, this is also gonna depend on some of the market conditions, just the overall market. I'm gonna move this back to my colors. I like this, especially if it can break out above like 88, right? Then it would get outside of this descending trend. Actually 90, to be honest, let's be real. We got so many resistance and supports here. We don't really need this 94, to be honest. I think we do, actually, because that's where they're planning to move. So anything around this range, 90 to 94 for earnings. I'm gonna shoot for those, but we'll just kind of wait and see. In the star, okay. So next on the plate, I don't really have any more for earnings. Like for earnings, I think those, oh, we actually do have some more for earnings. Let's just quickly look at the charts on these. Well, I think the best way to look at it is see which ones have the most implied move. So let's go back over to unusual whales and just look these tickers up really quick. Play is expected to do a 10% move. Play is trading, I think, at $35. 35. Initially, let me just close that. I didn't mean to show the NIO stuff. This one, where's it at? 35. Trend. How's the trend look on this? Kind of near the 32 is like 30 is the local bottom. I can't believe this thing actually came all the way down there. Implied move is 10%. Let's just do that real quick. That would be $3.50, so about back to 39. Just make sure. Times 1.1. Yeah, $39. And then to the downside, it would be about the same, wouldn't it? Times 0.9. So $31, $32. Looks like it got rejected at 200 moving average, which is actually bearish. So ideally, I would just kind of lean bearish. Let's just hop over to the flow, close that out. I'm gonna go back to my filter just to see if we got anything pop in here. There we go. Flow GGG. We're gonna close that one out. Close that one out. Play. Let's just take a look at what's going on with the play. Bullish. Okay, bullish. 610 for this week. Let's go to 25K. Get more flow out there. Or more. 526, 531. That's it. Let's just go to the actual flow levels. This is the flow levels. It's looking pretty down the middle, a little more bullish going into the earnings. 52% bullish flow. And longer term, there's not really much premium going on this, so I might not honestly look into this one, to be honest. Let's hop over to Academy. That's ASO, I believe. Academy Sports. Oops. There it is right there. Implied move is 9.5 on what? What's it trading at? 34% or $34. And what do we say? 34.73 times 1.09, $38. Is that right? 9.5. Oh, my bad. I don't think it's going to change too much. 38. Damn. So right now it's at 35. So $3. And let's look at the options chain, see how much they're looking at. Low chain breakdown for this week, 1K. It's got the most volume. Quick breakdown. Most of the volume for Friday was around the $35. So there might not be much movement. Most of the volume is here. The most of the interest is down here at 27 actually for next week. Most of the open interest is down here. Very low volume. So what would that be? So we're doing 34,093. Is that right? Yeah, 9% times 34.73. $31. So these might be way out of the realm, to be honest. I ain't really mad though. I'm gonna change the playlist on my phone. Boy. Talk of the town, talk of the town. Alright, anticipated move 9.5%. First thing I want to look at is actually the implied move. I want to see which option strategy I want to apply. 29%, you gotta be flipping my flapjacks, Jeremy. Damn it, boy. Alright, so I honestly don't even want to play this because it has to deal with spreads. You could sell calls. Honestly, I would sell a put credit spread. I would, honestly. I don't know why yeah, I would sell a put credit spread. Is that right? ASO 9.5 move. IV crush is hella big. So you gotta be kidding me right now. Implied move is 35. Oh no, 39. So I could take a look at those. We could sell some. Let's just look at the flow first. How about that? Come on, man. Come on. Oh shoot, it's bullish. Nah, see, they're selling calls too. Oh no, they're selling puts. Okay, I feel it. Let's look at the 25. Let's just cut down on some of the 5,000. Let's do 5,000. Selling calls, selling puts, buying puts. Hey, that's bearish, boy. It's not a lot of money though. It's like 5K. I think. What do we see? The volume, Intratrade. Let's go to Intratrade. Flow levels. There's not a lot of volume in this, so I might not even play this, like I said, because it's just. I've been getting wrecked on. Wait. What's going on here? What's the timeline on these? Oh, this is for October. Nah, G. We good, G. There's no activity for short term. Like, everything looks like it's for 10/21. October 2021. Or 2022, I'm sorry. Cope is hella bullish for some reason, though. came in, and it looks like, yeah, those 1021s, 2022s, like I just looked at. Let's expand that. What's going on with these? A lot of people started loading up on these for some reason. $40 calls for October. Tons of sweeps. 86K. I'm gonna go ahead and slap that one. Watch it on Monday. See how much of this volume carried over. It looks like they already had 1600 volume open interest, so that'll be interesting. I'm gonna look at these on Monday for show. Let me do 50 real quick. Just cut some of the fat. And the calls are bullish for show. Let me look at the slab spread here. Not completely all in the ask, but some of them got filled pretty accurately at the ask. The 25, 30, 31s, or the 30s here. The big order. This is the 86K order, and then the 75K order. This one didn't really get filled at the ask, but it's fine. In the 73, this was, let's look at the timeline also. So it looks like it was towards the end of the day, people getting ready for earnings, because this one reports on, is it Monday or Tuesday? Going back, oh, it's going Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning, what are we doing Tuesday morning? Nah, nothing big, I don't think. CPI doesn't come out till what's Friday? Doesn't it come out Friday? Let's look at shorter term options. I am intrigued by the October ones, but I don't know what's going on with those, so I'm gonna just follow them up on Monday. I'm intrigued on shorter term contracts, so let's look at these. We could even look at these. All of these are actually shorter terms. These are short term. These are short term. These are short term. So from the look of these, it's got no open interest. These look like just they got opened up. 301 in volume, 0 previous open interest. Am I fancy enough? Like I said though, not much premium. The premium that came in was all the way for October. Like it's got a lot of premium, but it's not till like a few months out. That's what's weird. It's like all the way out here. There's like really no big money coming in right now for it. And you can see it's mainly bullish, right? But this is kind of deceiving because all that bullish is really down here. So that's why I want to look at those 40 for next week. I'm actually going to go ahead. Oh, I already hit the like on those. So we're going to watch those. What else? I had something else to look at. What was I going to look at? Oh, I want to come back over here. And see that cope, like this cope spike was because of that order, I think. Those calls that came in, that 1500 volume. And I just wanted to look at these. Yeah, all the biggest option trades were the ones for October. Isn't that weird? It's not a lot of premium, but for this stock it is. And like everything on the biggest options trade for 603 for Friday are bullish. There's like one that came in bearish, but everything is just leaning so bullish on this, boy. So let me move this back over. And let's start scratching some stuff out. Not scratching, but clearing some stuff out. So these, what did it even do on Friday? What did ASO do on Friday? Down 2%. So it's bullish on the chart because we're above this level here, which is like $34. We're like almost at 35. I would watch the 200 moving average just to see how it does at that level. And I guess we have a resistance down here too. Let's go ahead and slap that bad boy on there. Got some time before that. I think we could actually come back up to 38. So I'm just getting ahead of myself, but it could be a descending triangle. I don't know, man. That's what initially I would just think. And also it kind of has like a double bottom here, doesn't it? It has like that bounce there and that bounce there, right? I don't freaking know, man. It does look bullish though because it's above that level, like I said right here. Especially like when it's come down to this level here, you can see like here, right here, and once it breaks underneath it, it's bearish. But if it holds this level, then it usually goes up, right? It usually goes up. Yeah, so kind of here, if it holds it, then it goes up. So every time it holds this level pretty well, then it goes up. Even like short term, it looks like it went back up there. Interesting. But again, earnings don't really like follow the charts either, so don't just fall into that trap of thinking the chart's going to tell you the earnings. We could look at the earnings history. So usually they beat. It looks like they usually beat. That's impressive, actually. Now let's look at the ones for, this is for April, so ending in April. It would be this one. Oh, okay. So they, honestly, what I'm thinking now is they might beat because people are probably loading up on equipment for the summer break or whatever it means, their vacation. That might be a play, my guy. So what I would do now, since I'm kind of leaning bullish, and oh shit, wrong one, my guy. I'm leaning bullish because just thinking about that, people are probably loading up on gear, going out kayaking, doing whatever they need to do. Academy Sports is not a bad not a bad store. I've actually bought stuff there. So chart looks kind of bullish. The chain for October is what was really the outlier there. It's got the 1500 in volume. Everything else doesn't really have much premium, to be honest. It's like 300 volume. They kind of add up too, but I would be more interested in playing this to the upside. But since it's got a high IV crush, I think I'm going to be looking at some spreads. So, again, it's got a 29% IV crush, so spreads would be a play. And I'm actually going to look to play it to the upside because I think people are probably loading up on gear, equipment, or whatever, and their outlook might still be good going into summer, right? Because people are going to be buying hella stuff. Yes, sir. Let's do that. I'm going to buy this one to the upside. Bet. Let's go. Yes, sir. Because summer is coming. Let's get it. Ooh, hold up. This looks like a head and shoulders, doesn't it? Hold up, does it? We got a head, or we got a shoulder, we got a head, we got a shoulder. And it actually got rejected there, so it's actually bullish. Hold up, King. So if that's a head and shoulders pattern, which it does look like it's a head and shoulders pattern, the neckline could be here, or the neckline could be down here. Actually, I'm gonna do one of the homies showed me this one. Is the sideways head and shoulders pattern. Let's go. And that actually lines up with our triangle. So it's like a descending triangle now. So let's go. I like this one. And it's a head and shoulders too here now. Right there. And it didn't break underneath, which is bullish. So the return on that would be, I think, this from like here to the line. That would be basically back up to $42. Probably the high is 45. I wouldn't trade it all the way to that, but I could definitely see 39 for sure. Yes, sir. Okay. So interesting stuff here. So we got Lucid, we got NIO, we got Doku, and we got ASO. All right, let me pull this back up. Yeah, we got that. We got NIO. Fuel cell might be interesting, honestly. It's like, what's it? It's hella overvalued. No, plug is overvalued. Fuel cell might not do nothing, to be honest. It's a $4 stock, but it is on an uptrend, though. Okay. I might be willing to play this to the upside, honestly. Fuel cell. See what 13% on 4? It's gonna be like a little over $1. No, let's just do the math. Connoisseur. So 13.9% on $4.10. Sheesh. 466 for about 50 cents. Kind of trashy, ain't it? Alright. Okay, so we're gonna do fuel cell. Let's look at the premiums on this real quick. 6K, 6.9K on some. They're 20 cents. Hey, that's not bad. Kind of bearish though for some reason. Let's just look at their earnings history. Miss. Basically, they always miss. That's not good. And they don't really move. Okay, I'm not trading this. Honestly, I'm not. It's a waste. And let's just verify, but their IV is probably bad too. Let's just look. IV 6%. Oh, so it's not bad. But it's just not enough. There's not enough meat on there, you know what I mean? The chart does look bullish though. It's getting back above these resistance and the support, right? Whatever this was, around 4. Which is bullish. It is. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know, man. It just might not provide enough juice. You need some juice in this in the system. Let me go to this real quick just to see if there's any flow on this. And we're actually gonna look at the Intratrade levels too. I think the flow levels is the best way to start looking at the flow, because it tells you where people. Yeah, see, it looks like it's bearish for next week. Kind of break even, but mainly looking for $3. It's just weird though, because energy's bullish, you know. And what's crazy is there's 106K in call volume or call premium, but only 73K of the entire whole premium is bullish. So 54% bullish or bearish. So I would actually play this one to the downside. Yeah, and then look at that cope. Is this one down 5%? 22%, 22 cents. I'm not gonna play this one, to be honest, because I don't think there's enough meat there, enough move. I'm gonna play, I think the last one I want to look at is Gitlab, and then 5, or we can even look at Stitch too. What is this thing doing? This is Gitlab. I hate Gitlab. But it might be ready for an earnings beat. Where's the earning? It didn't do nothing for earnings, actually. It closed down at 32 and it went up to 40. Then it sold off. What are they doing for earnings? Let me look at their earnings expectations. 78 million? You crazy, boy. Yeah, I don't honestly want to play this one. Let's look at Gitlab expected move. 20% though. Okay, hold up. 20% on 40, that's 48. 32. I might just play it to the downside, honestly. But I think this one has huge IV crush. Look at that. Yeah, about 20%. And it hasn't really done much, honestly, as far as like trading wise. It's down 8% on Friday. It's above our monthly, which is good. Hasn't really fell underneath. I would watch $40 for sure, or even $39.50 actually. If they can get under there, then you can definitely probably run it down to $32. Let me go and select the there, $33. What are the premiums on this? Let's look at the premiums on this. I would look at, oh, hold up, the cope is going up for some reason. That's hella weird. Let's look at the active chains. 617, $35 puts. It looks like they're selling those. The open interest on these are what's kind of crazy. The $40 calls for everything's pointing to the 617s. They might only have certain chains available. Yeah, they only have certain chains available. 617s are the ones that everybody's gonna play. Obviously, 1.K in volume. I'm pretty down the middle, the call side, and pretty down the more bullish actually. The hell is this? This one has the most interest here. The 40s on both ends. It's got the 40 here, and it's got the 20, the 2K here. This one's not even worth looking at, to be honest. I feel like it's just gonna burn me. And they're selling the 35 calls. Let me just look at the actual flow before we confirm all this. Pull it up right quick. Gitlab. Second, I gotta change something. First class, baby. Okay, bullish premium for some reason. Bearish put volume. Put volume. So it looks like they're selling puts. That's what I would think. Let's just look at the sizing on this real quick. Oof, they're buying the $20 puts. 50 open interest. That's too much though. Let's cut that back down. We need more activity. Okay, look, that's the $45 calls that they're buying. Let's look at that spread. What are they doing? Oh, they're just straight up buying calls. Visualize this with the options calculator real quick. And what is this saying here? Max profit unlimited. Okay, ballers. They're just straight up buying calls on this. Sweet, sweet. $45 calls for 2 weeks for the 16, 17, and the July. So let's look at the. So these already have open interest. The open interest actually came in on the 27th. What did they do on the 27th? The 27th, it was a green day. It was up here. So it does look like it's doing higher lows. Go ahead and go to the 1 hour chart. And it actually is trying to get above the 200 moving average. Oof, I don't know. I still don't like this one, to be honest. Trying to find a reason to trade this one, but it's kind of hard. These are the ones we were looking at, the 45. So there was that volume that came in, like we saw the 45s. These here and then these. But as far as the overall chain, it's more bearish still. We might need to look at the July ones, to be honest, and that's where a lot of the volume is actually. Well, open interest at least. The 50s and the 45s are bullish. They're 400 a pop though. Sheesh. Nah, I might be good on that actually. I don't honestly want to trade Gitlab anyway. I think the last one we're gonna take a look at. I'm not gonna trade Gitlab. It's already too late. It's gonna come in on Monday. Like premiums are gonna be already priced in. The last one is 5 below and maybe Stitch Fix. Let's look at Stitch Fix real quick. S Fix. It's the where's it at? Didn't it get dumped? Let's look at the $8. Yeah, this might not even be worth it honestly. It does look like it's uptrending, which is weird. What's the anticipated move for this? 17% on $8. That's about, what is that? About $2. 870 times 1.7. Yeah, so $10. 1027, a little under $2. What's the chains looking? Well, let's look at the IV crush. Let's fix. I wish that Unusual Whales did the IV implied move. 27% historically. That's a big IV crush. It's not gonna be worth playing options, I don't think. Let's just look at the custom. Let's fix. Just look at what they got here. Let's fix. Ooh, lots of selling puts, but that's it. A lot of put volume, but a lot of selling. What it looks like. Let's clear that out again. Go to the GGG triple G filter. Do F6. Nothing there. 2500. Probably nothing here either. They're buying they're buying $10 calls and they're buying $8 puts. Just size this up by 50, maybe 100. Mainly bearish $8 puts. Look at this. Not that much activity, honestly. 617 puts as well. I might be interested in these, honestly. The 750 for next week, for the week after. How much are they? They're 50 cents. Oof, I don't know. These might be interesting, but it's not till Thursday. So this will probably be something I'll look into towards the end of the week. Let's look at the overall chains. Let's just look at that. Intratrade. And look at the Cope. Cope seems to be rising. 617s. They're all puts. They're all puts. So they're probably doing... Yeah. I'm going to keep an eye on those 750s for... Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye out on these bad boys. That had 1,300 in volume. Or 3,000 in volume. Did that say it here? Yeah, 3,000 in volume. 4,000 already was out there. Mainly puts though. Mainly puts on the top chains. The biggest option trades are selling puts and buying puts. So this straight up looks like a spread. Make sure it's not a spread though. We're gonna go to that chain, actually back to that chain. See if we can find some spreads. They're just straight up selling the puts. What? Go to the 8s. They're straight up buying the puts. They clowning over here. It's not even worth looking at this one, to be honest. I would say bearish though, but it's that first chain that's throwing me off. That's why I'm gonna watch this one. What's the downside for this? What did I say the downside is? If we, it would be 1 minus, what was it, 20%? Let me just check real quick. No, 17%. 1 minus 0.17 and times 873. $7. That would be awesome, bro. Honestly, those 8s aren't bad. They're not. Those 8s might be nice. I might get a few of these SFIX puts for $8. Wait, didn't I say the IV crush was huge? Yeah. Still. Let's just finish it off with 5 below. Don't really care about Stitch Fix. I might consider it, but right now, this one looks bearish, to be honest. I think the only thing is people usually go to cheap stores when prices are going up. What's the implied move on this? 8% on 130. 91 times 130. 120. 120. What's the Intratrade telling us? 5 below. Cope is kind of coming down. 610, 75 puts. What the? 610 calls. What's the IV crush really quick? Let's do IV crush. Ding, ding. IV crush 21%. Debated move. We're gonna close Stitch Fix. We already did that. Let's go to flow levels. Oh, full chain breakdown actually. So most of the chain activity is for next week, and it's really kind of scattered. honestly. So we're thinking 120. That's down here. The 128s are what people are buying. These are pretty expensive though, honestly. Has this been on a downtrend? It looks like it got rejected here at this line. So let me just extend that. Looks like it got rejected there, which is bearish in my opinion. And it's underneath the monthly. Again though, earnings don't really play into technical analysis. And it's at a really strong support. I would say 120s actually, or 117 even. What's this, down here? I would say up here, honestly, the one. Down there. 120. Damn. So on this one, they got the calls for 130, and that's the most open interest ones. There's nothing down here, which is crazy. It might be a bullish activity one. Might be a bullish play. Look, it's got the most of the open interest on the 130s, and the volume came in for the 140s, which is big. That one came in huge. And this one also came in as well, though. 128s. And if we looked at the COPE coming down, most active chains kind of down the middle. These are heavy bullish. Yeah, the 140s and the 128s. Look at the biggest orders. The biggest orders are straight up buying 140 calls. This was 50K, 45K. Ooh, nice. Okay, I might take a look at this. 330 might be interesting. This one might be interesting, actually. The 140s for next week. It's these right here. These were the biggest orders. I'm just gonna watch these on Monday. We got time. The earnings is not till Wednesday close, and it looks like these are the interesting ones. The 50K, the 45Ks. Yes, sir. Gonna be my little secret. Yes, sir. Yeah, these are nice. So they're all at the. They all came in at the same time, and they all got bought at the ask. They got filled at 330. I might be interested in doing this to the upside. How was the IV crush? 21%. It's not terrible. Definitely, yeah. And these are what? Oh, these are for 1 week though. Definitely weeklies. Risky. 5. It's gonna be what did I say the move was? 8% only. Sheesh. 4.5%. Let's do 130 times 1.084. 141. Okay, still there. And what did I say the downside was? 1 minus 0.084 times 130. I think it was like what? 119. I'm gonna do upside, man. Am I crazy for going to the upside on this one? The biggest one is 75, which is outrageous. I don't believe in that one. And then the 40s. The 140s are the biggest ones, and the 128s. I'm gonna watch both of these. I'm gonna add one of these orders to my watch list. Oh my goodness, look at these orders here. Very bearish. Okay, we got those added, and we got the 140s added as well. But both of these chains look interesting. The 130s and the 140s are actually the biggest ones. And this one already has huge open interest, which kind of leaning to the bullish side. On the chart though, it did get rejected, so if it continues to go back up above 130, then it would be bullish, because then we could come back up to hopefully 150, 155. So I think that's all the earnings I have. If you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments. If you guys want me to cover anything else, just send me a message or follow me on Twitter, whatever it is, or you guys can put it in the video here in the comments later, and I'll try to get back to you guys. I don't have any more option trades to look at. So I think that's gonna about wrap up the video. I appreciate those that did join for a bit. It wasn't a big stream, it was just kind of really pretty fast one, honestly. At least it felt like it was fast. Time kind of ran pretty fast. Looking at all the trades, one of the homies looked at Lucid, and we actually did hey, Saul said that they believe they did default. Oh shoot. You think so? You'll have to send me the link though, Saul. What does this recession be like? Yeah. I'll be clowning sometimes. I think that's gonna wrap up the video though, guys. Appreciate those that tuned in for a little bit. Shout out to those that dropped a comment in the chat. Saul, the Eternal Traveler, and can't pronounce that other name, so but definitely shout out to that homie right there. And I'll definitely be posting some stuff on Twitter, seeing if I find any good flow. I think I did a pretty good analysis on some stuff. Still kind of in the air on some place, but definitely get it through, and hopefully we can make money this week. We'll just kind of see, and we'll just kind of see how it goes, you know what I'm saying? Oh shoot, it's LBT month, I forgot. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm signing out. Y'all keep moving forward. Peace.